Welcome everyone. Nice to see some of you here tonight. My name is Lynn and this is...
Bhushan. Hi, welcome.
Which it does say under our faces on the screen anyway. So tonight we have a few people here also in person, a few persons. We will go through the self-realisation process. Now, if it's your first time here tonight, you may wonder, what is self-realisation? We'll explain that a bit in a minute. I'll just tell you what else we're doing in case you've been before, if you're a regular. So we will go through and explain what is self-realisation. Then we will, not sure what we're getting a signal about, but I'll just carry on explaining what we're going to do. So we will have a short meditation after we go through that self-realisation process. Then we'll do a little bit of balancing. We have also a talk from the founder of Sahaja Yoga, Shri Mataji, just a very short talk where she's going to talk about the qualities of one of our energy centres, our chakras, which we'll explain to you a little bit more about in a moment. So I'll just see if that signal has got an explanation.
If there possibly might have been a message from somebody.
Okay.
So if this is your first time, please just raise your hand on the screen and let us know. And if it's not your first time, but you're a regular, that is great, because we'll go through the same process of strengthening our realization.
Because as we promised in our Learn to Meditate information, what we want to do is establish our meditation. And we do that by going through our self-realization and getting that firmly established. Self-realization, so it's kind of self-explanatory, although it's kind of confusing as well. So it's realizing what you are, but more than that, it's getting connected to your spiritual self. So whilst for the last few weeks we've been talking about how this subtle energy system that we've got advertised behind us has been talked about thousands of years ago. So I recently saw that it's 10,000 years ago, Ganeshwara has talked about the subtle energy system and getting enlightenment. So what used to happen was that you would perfect yourself, you would bring yourself into balance, and one day, if you were lucky, your guru, or you would get it naturally, one person may get their enlightenment or their self-realization. So now the unique thing that Shri Mataji has done in these times, and these times are what's been written about thousands of years ago, in these times you can get your self-realization or your enlightenment, which is your connection to that all-pervading energy that is responsible for our existence, our life. So we get direct connection to that above our thinking brain. And then in that light of that divine connection, we start to see where our imbalances are, what we need to do to bring ourselves into the present moment. So what we're doing is functioning pretty much in the future and the past. So there's not much happening in the present other than automatic things like breathing and eating, but even while we're doing those things, we're thinking of other things. And also a lot of us feel that the thoughts and the reactions to what's happening is so violent, even with all of the things happening in the world, that we just want to shut it down. And this is a method how to do that. So we're going into this seventh energy center, and it's quite a scientific process, getting into that center away from our thinking and our ego and our superego reactions, etc., and just getting time with the divine energy all around us. And that's a pretty big thing to learn how to do. But the wonderful thing is it's very simple, and you can never go through that realization process too many times. So we all enjoy going through that again and again. So we will do that very shortly. Gulshan will take us through that. If you have any questions or you want to say, I have no idea what you're talking about, do raise your hand and we can answer any questions.
I see your hand raised, Lynn.
Okay, excellent.
The iPhone.
Yeah.
So tell us what your name is, the person with the iPhone.
Let's give you the ability to chat. How about that? The participants can chat with hosts and with everyone. So I think you can chat at the minute. So if you want to put a message in the chat, please do. So while you're doing that or contemplating whether you will do that or not, and we will open the line up again at the end, so we can have another go.
Okay.
Asking a question.
So for now we can take it away.
Yeah, so
and then we'll just get on with the program. So if you still have any questions?
Oh, hang on, just raising hand to say first timer. iPhone has said. Sorry, your name hasn't come through. It just says iPhone. So forgive us if we call you iPhone.
Thank you for letting us know all the same.
Yeah,
that's very handy.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So we will, before I hand you over to Gulshan to take us through that lovely process of self-realization, just a heads up for everyone what's coming next after we do that. I mentioned we would play a short video, it's 4 minutes hardly, of the founder of Sahaja Yoga. And it's just lovely listening to what she has to say. Fortunately, we have been able to record a lot of the talks she's given around the world when she was with us. And this is a section on the first energy center or chakra, which is the one of our wisdom and our innocence. And that's a very special energy center that supports all our other energy centers. So we're going to start with that after we've done the realization process, and we'll have a second meditation after that.
And looks like there's another message for us.
Hector's saying we are first timers also.
Okay.
Very excited to get started with the program. Lovely, Hector, welcome.
Okay, so we might get started.
So let's get straight to it.
Sure.
And Gulshan,
let's
do that because we actually want to get into the process of meditation.
So first thing first, if you could all take your shoes off, please. You can sit wherever you like. It's important to be comfortable, but be seated wherever you are. Grateful if you could just take your shoes off. And that's something we'll let you do before we begin our realization. So this meditation, Sahaja Yoga, that Lynn mentioned briefly about, it is Sahaja Yoga, which means, as it stands for, it's effortless, and it's our union with our mothering energy, the Kundalini within us. And this information or this knowledge had been prophesized many years ago. And it was said that in the times when there is a lot of destruction, difficulties, illusions, and health problems and mental issues, in those troubled times, that's when human beings will be able to access this easily. And Shri Mataji has made it very easy. She traveled around the world and she gave realization en masse straight away, rather than having to go and clear yourself, as Lynn was talking about, for months or years, your chakras. Now you get it straight away in 10 minutes, no more. And the beauty is you get your realization straight away, and then you also learn the tools of how to maintain it and how to strengthen it. So it's all in your control and it's free. So we'll begin with that now. We will use our left side of the body, which is the side of emotions, feelings, empathy, desire within us. The right side is the side of action within us. So we're going to use the side of action to work on the left side. And this is primarily to awaken the chakras within us, the balls that are situated within us, the energy wheels, and they rotate in a clockwise direction within us. And each chakra is sort of like a milestone of our evolution as humanity evolved. And now we are able to access the most important, the highest chakra, which is the one on top of her head, the Sahasrara chakra. It stands for the 1,000-petaled lotus. And you will feel the proof of your awakening of the Kundalini by feeling sensations on your fingertips, because each of your chakra is connected or reflects on your fingertips, and you can feel that if there's a little issue or a little weakness, we feel it on our fingertips as tingling sensation or a little bit of heat. So that is the proof that the Kundalini, as she comes up, she works on those chakras, energizes and cleanses them. And at the same time, here is the beauty, at the same time, you are relieved from your thinking of the future and the thinking of the past that constantly harangues us all the time, the ego and the superego that's brought down when the Kundalini rises, and that all happens within 10 minutes. And then you can enhance it, strengthen it, and continue with it. So we'll go through that in our second meditation. So we will use our right hand, which is the hand of action, on the left side of the body. We will place it on various parts. So we'll just do a very quick run through. We'll begin with the heart. We'll go under the heart area here, and then with the leg meets the body, down here. On the left-hand side, we'll bring it back up here, and place it on the heart, And then on the left side of your neck, and as you do that, you'll move your head towards your right shoulder to allow more access. And then we'll place a hand on the forehead, at the front, at the back of the head, and the last and the most important one, stretching your hand, placing it on the fontanelle bone area, which is the fountain where the Kundalini, when she rises and she comes up to the top of her head. So if you could take your glasses off, any one of you that may be wearing them, and hands in a lap, palms up, open. And we close our eyes. If you wish to keep your eyes open, you're welcome to do that. Then please just watch Shri Mataji's photograph. On the other hand, if you close your eyes, you can bring your attention inside. I just find it a bit easier for me to close my eyes. So just close your eyes. I hope everyone's got their shoes off. And very comfortably seated, just bring your attention inside and watch your breathing. Breathe in, breathe out, nice and easy. And we are going to address some questions to our mothering energy, the Kundalini, and some will be affirmations. So the first one, we place our right hand on the left heart, on the heart area, on the left-hand side. And here we ask a question within ourselves. Mother Kundalini, what is my purpose? And Mother Kundalini, who am I? And what is my purpose on this earth? Is there a special reason why I was born in this special time? What is my purpose? Taking our right hand to the area just under the heart. And here we ask ourselves, am I my own master? Am I my own teacher? Or do I just accept views from anyone and everyone and go with them? Would I and do I have the discrimination to maybe make my own decisions and stand with my wisdom? Now we take a hand to the lower part where the leg meets the body. So you place your right hand in that crease between where your body and the leg come together. Good contact. And here with all your heart, please ask, Mother Kundalini, please give me the pure knowledge. So you do have to express your ardent desire in asking for the pure knowledge. This is the chakra, this is the energy center where a pure knowledge is reflected. Mother Kundalini, please give me the pure knowledge. Mother Kundalini, please give me the pure knowledge. Mother Kundalini, please give me the pure knowledge. So we can address our questions to the mothering energy within us, the Kundalini, that is situated in the sacrum bone. And as she rises, she will help us with our self-realization. Or you can address these questions to Shri Mataji because she has actually made it possible for us to have it. Bringing your hand up, placing it under the heart area. This is the area of self-mastery within us. And now we affirm a few times, Mother Kundalini and Shri Mataji, by your grace, I am my own teacher and I am my own master. Mother Kundalini, I am my own teacher. I am my own guru. And I am in charge of my ascent and of my spirit. We bring a hand up to the heart. This is where we had started a journey of self-realization by wondering about our purpose. And here we affirm a few times now, by your grace, Shri Mataji, I am the Spirit. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am the Spirit. I am not this body. I am not my mind, my thoughts, my worries, my deadlines, my anxiety, my fears. I am the Spirit. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am the Spirit. I am the Spirit. And now we take a hand and place it on the left-hand side of your neck. So as you do that, just move your head towards your right shoulder so it allows good access on your neck. And here's an important chakra, and here we are going to let go of the guilt that we store within us. So we say a few times, I am not guilty. I am not guilty. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am not guilty. Mother Kundalini, as I am the Spirit, I am not going to be guilty. Mother Kundalini, I am not guilty. And now we place a hand on our forehead, more so placing your forehead into your hand and cradle it into your hand. And as you do that, just apply a little bit of pressure with your fingertips and the palm of your hand. And here, without thinking of any situation or a person or a circumstance, just generally we forgive everyone. So it's really, really important to forgive. And it doesn't change anything as such by saying these words. You don't have to do anything, but it makes a huge impact on how we are freed from the chains that hold us down. So we say a few times, Mother Kundalini, I am not going to hold any grudges, and I forgive everyone. Mother Kundalini, I forgive everyone. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I forgive everyone. Mother Kundalini, I forgive everyone. And now the same thing at the back of the head. So as you do that, just place your hand at the back of your head and tip your head up towards the sky. And here we forgive ourselves. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, please forgive me for my past. Please forgive me for my mistakes. Please forgive me for my habits that are not helpful towards my innocence, my spirit, and my ascent. And I forgive myself. Mother Kundalini, please forgive me. Mother Kundalini, please forgive me. And now we take a hand, stretch your fingers away from the palm and place your hand on the top of your head. Soft area that when the babies are born, and the part of the head that is nice and soft, that's the fontanelle bone area. This is where we're going to place our palm and apply good pressure. You can bring your head forward, lower it a bit. And as we rotate the hand in a clockwise direction, so the movement will be starting from your left, bringing your hand forward towards your scalp, to your right, taking it back. So left, forward, right, and back. That's the movement. And as we do that, you're rotating your scalp with your palm. And here we are going to ask, because we need to ask, as Sahaja Yoga and Shri Mataji respect our freedom, so in all our free will, please ask with all your heart, Mother Kundalini, please give me my self-realization. Shri Mataji, please give me my self-realization. And for those of us that have practiced this before, you can ask, Mother Kundalini, please strengthen my self-realization. Mother Kundalini, please strengthen my self-realization. Mother Kundalini, please give me my self-realization. Shri Mataji, please give me my self-realization. And slowly bring your hand down onto your lap. Keeping your eyes closed, take your attention back to the top of your head and just see how you feel on top of your head and on the palms of your hand. I'm going to request you all to slowly open your eyes. And as you do that, just watch how you're feeling within yourself. Have your thoughts settled down and gone away? And did you feel a little bit of silence within yourself and in your head? The silence where there is no thoughts. So there's a bit of a gap between the thoughts. And that is the foremost gift that the Kundalini bestows upon us as she rises. And you may also notice, while you can hear sounds around you, you may not be thinking, and that is being in meditation. So your eyes are open, you're aware of your surroundings, but you're not thinking. And that is a beautiful place to be, where you can have that mental silence within yourself. And also see how you feel on your hands. You can raise your hands a little bit. If you feel a little bit of cool on the palm of your hands, that's great. If you feel a little bit of heat, there's a reason for that as the Kundalini rises, and if there are any debris that needs to be cleared out, or there's any obstructions, well, she's working away, and as she works and cleanses, you will feel a little bit of heat as she's burning off those things to clean them. You may also notice your breathing slows down a little bit, and you feel a little calm within yourself. And that is what happens when we get our self-realization, and when the Kundalini rises. Within a minute or two of being in meditation, we already have achieved a few wonderful gifts from her. But we'll continue with more, because there's more to come with Lynn. So over to you, Lynn.
That was lovely, Gulshan. Thank you very much. It was very nice, wasn't it? So we can get into that thoughtless awareness state as many times as we can. It's really good if we can do it every day. And there's the short version. So this is a little sequence which you can learn just now, so that tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow you can keep taking your attention up to the Sahasrara and feeling that brief moment of thoughtlessness. So this little sequence, you can never do it too many times, but this is what Gulshan's just taken you through, but the short versions, we're using our hands, and you don't need to think of anything to say necessarily. Your left hand is raising up, that's your one of desire, and the right hand of action is winding round. We go up to the top of our head and we tie a knot. So we really want to keep our attention up at the top of our subtle system. So we'll do it a second time. So we've got 3 channels, past, the future and the present. I think there should have been 2 knots just then. I didn't tell you that. The third time, there'll be 3 knots. And this is the present moment channel, 3 knots. So we want to keep our attention up there. And then we're going to protect ourselves with those vibrations so that we don't get any disturbance. So we're starting with the right hand on the left side, and we'll go up the left side, down the right side, and we'll come back again, up the right side, down the left side. That's 1, and we're doing it 7 times. So we've got 7 chakras, and each chakra is wrapped in those lovely vibrations that you've just been feeling. And you will feel that more and more. The more you can practice it, the better. And that must be 7 because Gulshan's finished.
I didn't have to talk so I could count.
I do this every week. So just putting your attention on your hands and the top of your head again, you may feel even now an increase in those lovely vibrations. The coolness, could be heat, there's something clearing out. But let's take that clearing out idea a little further before we move on to one of the chakras. So we're going to clear and balance our 2 channels, our left and our right. So we do the left first, just by dropping the right hand down towards the earth, or if you're sitting on the ground, which is also very nice, you can just place your hand on the earth. So again, you can close your eyes and just asking Mother Nature, please absorb any overactivity on my left side, any habits or emotions that are stopping my connection to my spirit, anything from the past that is obstructing my progress. Please absorb anything, any thoughts or emotions from the past, any impure desire, which is anything other than the pure desire, which is to be the spirit. So henceforth, every activity is towards being the spirit more and more. So your attention is on top of your head, and you're just allowing the Kundalini and the Mother Earth to absorb anything from your past, any emotions. Let's bring that right hand back up, and now we'll clear the right channel by bending the left one. So now we're asking the Mother Earth in the form of the air and the environment to absorb any heat or overactivity from our right side, from our action side. So again, just letting your eyes close if it's convenient or feels all right. You can, of course, look towards Shri Mataji's photograph if that's a little easier. So then you're asking, Mother, please absorb any heat or overactivity from the futuristic side of my being, from my right side. Please clear my right side. Mother Kundalini, Mother Nature. So again, you're keeping your attention up above your thinking brain. This is the upper part of the top of your head. And just letting your Kundalini do the work. And just bringing that hand down. Both hands are open on your lap. With your right hand, just raise up your Kundalini energy through that central channel, that channel of your evolution, the present, up to the Sahasrara, just lightly touching. And again, keeping both hands open on your lap. You could even, as Gulshan was just doing then, try to feel if there's a flow or just a subtle vibration coming from your fontanelle bone area. Ultimately, as the days progress and the more you put in your practice, you'll feel that more and more. So first time, it may just be one strand of that rope of Kundalini, but the more you practice, the more of those lovely vibrations you'll start to feel. You'll start to feel it up. It could be quite high, could be closer. And just staying in that thoughtless mode, we will take our attention to our chakras now. So all of those wheels or flowers you can see on our subtle energy system are, as Gulshan was mentioning, they're symbolic of different stages of our evolution through our life as human beings. And the very first centre, which is actually below the Kundalini, is our centre of our innocence and wisdom, which is not written there. So this centre is responsible for all of our excretory activities and reproduction as well. So any imbalance means too much attention to one of those activities of the Muladhara chakra, it can go out of balance. And there's certainly a lot of things in society that are facing us and making us react and go out of balance. So we want to just try to keep that centre in balance so that we can, the innocence and the wisdom is never lost, but sometimes it's clouded. So we want to just, and if you feel like you do have those thoughts that are, you don't like the thoughts that are coming that could be disturbing your first energy centre, that chakra of excretory activities, then you can just do things like sitting on the earth. So it's a very good, and you'll feel the value of that, just going and sitting on the grass if you happen to have some, and putting your hands on the earth. That also balances that first energy centre so that the Mother Earth sort of sucks out any imbalance from that centre. And that innocence is really a very protective quality of our being. No one likes anyone who aggresses a child, for instance, and it's that quality, that childlike quality, that we're regenerating in ourselves. And that's also the quality of joy. So we've got a little talk from Shri Mataji about the Muladhara chakra, as it's called, that first energy centre, and I'll just play that for you. I'll also let you see, John, by moving aside. So bear with me for a moment while I share that with you.
So while we wait for Lynn to get the talk ready, again, just sit wherever you are, very comfortable. You may just put your hands out to absorb and receive the vibrations.
I'll just...
But as Kundalini rises on every center, you start getting the light of that center. At the first center, you get back your innocence. Your eyes become innocent. Your behavior becomes innocent. You are not filled with lust and greed. You don't look at things with lust and greed, but you look at things with innocence, which is a very big thing that people have lost, and that you get back. And such a person develops many qualities. One of them is that such a person is full of fragrance. Such a person has a tremendous gravity. Tremendous gravity. And such a person has tremendous dynamism, and attraction is a bad word, so I don't want to use it, but magnetic. His magnet is awakened within him. This is the center of your magnet, of the earth. Such a person develops a tremendous sense of roads, and sense of direction. You place him anywhere, he will know where to go, like birds. You place birds anywhere, they know which side is north, south, east, west. In the same way, you also develop your lost innocence and your magnet within you by which you have proper direction. But the highest of all, you develop the proper direction to wisdom, which is the wise thing to do. You just don't do stupid things. You just don't do. Even if you ever try to do it, you will not do it because you know it is so stupid. Just you don't do it. I mean, it is so simple to be wise than to be stupid. Because if you have to be stupid, you have to go out of the way to be stupid and idiotic. But if you want to be normal and wise, is the easiest thing to do. But what people do is to do things that would make them more and more stupid, nonsensical. Because also some people told me they do it, the reason being they think they have a nuisance value. Like in London now we have one funny stuff going on, they call it what? Punk rock. You see, it's a funny stuff. Now, poor things, they don't know what they are doing. And I think only value of that punk rock system is this, that they try to sort of make a nuisance out of them so that people feel attracted towards them, or sort of a significance out of them. But when you become a realized soul, you realize your significance because you understand you are part and parcel of the whole, and that your significance is to give realization to others. The highest of highest, that's what you have to do. Now you are a saint. And that's how the whole attitude of cheapishness, of outward shallowness finishes, and you become a serene, dignified personality. This is not possible through any sermon, any lecture. It is only possible when the Kundalini rises, you become like a very dignified child. Very dignified child. I had seen one beautiful painting done of Mother Mary being taught first time. If you see her as a child, she is a very dignified personality. As a child, she is about 10 years of age. I have seen my own grandchildren who are not very old but extremely dignified. They walk like kings, behave like kings. In every behavior, you find there's such a dignity. They'll never do something shallow. They'll never ask for anything. They never weep for anything. They never cry for anything. They're so dignified and they understand it so well what is dignity is. I don't have to tell them because they're born realized. In the same way, you become that. Nobody has to tell you that do this or do that. But you understand that you must have self-respect. This happens to you automatically. This is actualization. Nobody has to tell you that you'll be dignified, you just become. I have seen people who were absolutely absurd. Even from this punk rock we got some people. And they were so changed that people could not recognize them. But one thing bad has happened with this punk rock, that they put some sort of dye in their head, and since then their eyes became very weak. Because these dyes, I think, make the optic lobe covered with some sort of a color, and you can't see properly, and the eyes became very weak. And it took some time for us to remove the effect of those dyes from their head. We go headlong. What's wrong? There's nothing wrong in this world if it is a stupid fool. But for a wise man, there are very many things which are absolutely wrong, and there are very many things which are absolutely correct. So you develop your wisdom by this first sentence.
So that's quite interesting about that first energy center. But let's go into a little more meditation. So again, just take your attention up to the top of your head and sitting nice and calmly with your hands open in your lap. And what you want to do is develop that relationship with your Mother Kundalini. So as you're going into meditation, just to yourself, you can ask your Mother Kundalini to please take me into thoughtless awareness, into meditation. And so she'll just automatically take you there. And just something nice is to play a bit of music. So I've got about 4 minutes of a lovely raga, and it's a raga for the first energy center, that Muladhara chakra. So I'll just play that for 4 minutes, and then maybe we'll have a little bit of silence, see how the meditation goes. But again, it's asking your Mother Kundalini to take you into meditation. So again, you can close your eyes or look towards the photograph. Just got to find the right bit of music. Put it down a bit. Slowly opening our eyes. Now what you will start to feel in your hands is the state of your chakras. So each of those individual energy centres, chakras, are represented by the 5 fingers, and then the centre of the palm, the 7th centre, and the first one as the heels of the palm. So for the Muladhara chakra, the first energy centre, you would feel if you needed to go sit on the grass or something, you may feel either the left or the right, or not, or only the left or the right. There's an imbalance, so you would do the balancing, or both of them. You may feel a bit of heat or friction there, so you'd need to cool off, go sit on some nice damp grass, or whatever you're feeling. Then you try to adjust accordingly. But don't worry if you're not sure that you're feeling anything in your hands initially, because it's just one very small skein initially comes up, although you may have a lot and you may feel a lot straight away. That's also possible. But certainly as you keep raising your Kundalini and having those few moments of thoughtlessness, you'll start to feel the things in your hands and start to decode your state of being, and bring yourself into balance and have nicer and nicer meditations where you're connected to the all-pervading energy of divine. And that's what we want to do, become our perfect selves, more perfect selves. So I will give you your chat button again, so if you have any questions or some feedback for us, feel free. John, do you have any feedback you would like to give us? Feeling good? Did you have a good meditation? It was okay. We'll have to work on that. It was only okay. We wanted to say he was good. Yes, so I'm giving you the power.
So the meditation bit that we went through with Lynn, the cleansing and raising a Kundalini and placing our attention, this is what's really all that is required. And if you can do that for a couple of minutes in the morning, no more than 5 or 10, and in the evening, that would be really, really good. Because each time you sit down to meditate, the Kundalini comes up, and as she comes up, she can strengthen, and the more she strengthens, the better she can help you work on your chakras. So that's really what it is. It's up to us to now strengthen the Kundalini within us. And we wait for your questions. And
so while we're waiting for questions, those who are not busy typing their questions, let's raise our Kundalini for the last time. Sure. Left hand going up, right hand winding around. 1 knot. 2 knots. 3 knots. And then spreading those vibrations over our entire subtle system. Over and back is 1, we're going for 7. So we will in the coming weeks try to have a little something about each of the chakras, so you can, and they will be recorded and on the website, so you can, if you miss one week, you can always find out. Do we have any questions? No, everybody is lovely and thoughtless. Well done, everyone. Now I've got some nice Mozart.
okay.
Which we can put on.
Sure.
It does come with a little video of photographs of Shri Mataji, which she's a very lovely person, so it's nice to see those photographs as well. And while we're enjoying that, if a question pops up, feel free, because you do have the power. Just make sure.
Or you can always bring your question that you might have during the week. If you have a query or something, come back to us next Monday, and I'm more than happy to respond then as well.
Okay.
And we can continue to meditate. If you're in a nice space, you're feeling quite thoughtless, place your hands out And this is rather beautiful what Lynn's about to put on with beautiful pictures of Shri Mataji. So nice to watch that too.
Very nice. Thanks everyone for joining. We'll sign off now and look forward to seeing you all again very soon.
Next Monday.
Next Monday in particular. You have got another opportunity for a Learn to Meditate session Wednesday night at 10 p.m. that suits some people, but otherwise we look forward to seeing you on Monday.
Thank you for joining.
Bye for now.
Bye.